Our team chemistry to start this year is outstanding. The freshmen have come in here and everybody came back in outstanding shape, which allowed us to start a little bit ahead of where we've been in past years. Their fitness testing went fantastic, and so we could jump right into the gym and start working 6-on-6 and work on team stuff a little bit quicker without having to play our way back into shape, which I think is a big piece of any preseason. The freshmen came in strong, in fact much stronger than even the last time we'd see them in the spring, and that really helps their sort of inserting themselves into the lineup pretty quickly. So that's a big piece of what we're doing so far. I would say everybody's kind of gelling together really well. We only have 11 on the roster right now, so it's a smaller group, but a group that they're incredibly competitive in the gym. They've done a nice job of coming in and whenever doing 6-on-6 and really just leaving everything on the court. They're exhausted at the end of every day, and we're okay with that. I think our biggest strength right now is going to be passing and defense. We have really great ball handling. Different than past years, our strengths have been in our middle attacking the last couple of years. This year we're going to be much stronger on our pins, both the outside and the right side pin. We're going to have, I think, considerably better passing and ball handling. Our setter came in, again, in great shape this year. She's a lot stronger than she was last year. And so physically being ahead of where we've been previously and having the whole team in the same place in terms of physical capability has been a huge asset. As a sophomore setter, Hannah Shank will probably be the person who will act like our quarterback. She's going to be the one taking over a lot of the organizational skills for the team, especially when they're out on the court. She'll be the one running our offense. She'll be able to do a little bit more of that. In previous years, we'd had a lot of upperclassmen that kind of directed what they wanted to do offensively. It gave us a little bit disjointed offense. This year, we're a little bit smoother. Hannah's got a year under her belt where she has learned our offense entirely on her own. She can now give direction a little bit more than take direction like she did last year. I think a big piece of that is her confidence level is really high. She's in great shape. For her, I think the biggest thing is she's been working a lot on her jump setting, being more aggressive at the net, which for us in the setting position is a huge piece because our conference is very, very big, very physical, and so we need to be able to compete at the net with everybody else. Mary Jo Scott, or as everybody calls her, MJ, is definitely kind of the leader, the sixth rotation player on our team who is on the court all the time, and she has really grown into that leadership role. She'll be filling a captainship for us this year. You know, having Bella on the team as a walk-on who really inserted herself in the leadership role, she will also be serving as a captain for us this year. One of our most solid defensive players, one of our best passers in the gym, also one of our most vocal players, and so she'll be a big piece of what we're doing this year. Additionally, having Sarah De Leon back and healthy, this will be the first time in her 3 years here that she'll be fully healthy after some overuse injuries and a lot of pounding on her body through 2 varsity sports in a whole year. We're excited to have her back. She's jumping really well right now, and she's hitting the hardest she's hit as a player since she's been here. Obviously, the biggest thing we're missing from that group is our middle blocker, Anna Marisic. She's abroad for the entire year this year doing a course of study. So obviously, with the academics being our priority, it hurts to not have her, but I think it's also a good thing. We've relied a lot on her in the past, and I think this will give a lot of other people a chance to kind of step up and be a bigger factor in our offense. So that's a big thing for us. We have 4 freshmen and then 1 walk-on sophomore, and then we actually will see a significant contribution from a player that played for us just for last year who walked on as a sophomore who's now a junior. Mel Couchman, who was a rising junior who played with us just 1 year last year and saw pretty limited action. She will probably see a much more significant role in the defensive specialist end this year. She had, again, a great summer, came back in outstanding shape, has really put in a lot of great reps in the gym so far during this preseason, and so we're really excited that she'll take a much more active role this year than she did last year. She's learned our systems and knows what to expect now, and she's doing a really nice job along with our other juniors of being leaders for our underclassmen. And so for us, kind of starting over again, it's a very different vibe in the gym this year. We have a lot of underclassmen. It's much more gelled. Our upperclassmen are very strong personalities, and so this is actually kind of a very much more subdued group. So it should be interesting to see how they fire up when it comes to game time. The group that graduated, our 8 seniors, obviously we had some spectacular athletes in there, and Mary Myers and Crystal Pyrus and Kelly Heilman, who all played significant roles throughout their 4 years here. Laura Harris, who was a 4-year starter at middle blocker, who just continued to improve throughout her whole career. We're going to miss the personalities of Sam Rojas and Sierra Sanchez, but I think overall our group is a lot A lot stronger, a lot more even across the board now than we've been in the past. For us, the biggest thing is upping the entire level, making sure that we have competitiveness in the gym for practice, and I think that's a happy medium that we've now found. Everybody in the gym with us right now could start for us at any point. I think the biggest thing that our girls need to do, and then one of the biggest goals for us, is making sure that we're competing in every match. Being in a conference with the team that won the national championship last year puts us in a unique position where we obviously are going to see some very high-end volleyball in our conference, but we're also going to see some teams that sort of are in that middle range where we're right on the cusp of being either really good or really young, so it kind of depends on how you look at it. And I think the biggest piece for us right now is making sure that we go in and compete hard every time we play, and to not be intimidated. With this young group, we don't have any seniors right now, so the group that are juniors have only done it twice. So they've only been here since we've been pretty good, which is a good sign. They've only been here when we've been in the higher end of the pack. This year we changed our playoff format. We'll take 8 teams to the NCAC playoffs, and so unless we finished in 9th position, we should make the playoffs. The key for our team is trying to get into the top 4 so that the seeding-wise we end up with a more favorable seed right out of the gates. That's kind of what we're hoping for.